Hey guys, I'm Chen.
I'm Zach,
I'm Mark.
and this is the JCU Review Crew. Okay, for this episode, we'll be reviewing Detective Pikachu.
You can hear him, right?
Pika Pika! Yeah, Pika Pika Pika. He's adorable.
You're adorable. They can't understand me, kid.
Can no one else hear him?
What is that?
Silent but deadly. Apologies, my tummy's bad from all the coffee.
Pokemon Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, welcome to the spoiler-filled version of Detective Pikachu. Now we'll be going through the entirety of the plot chronologically and give our thoughts about it and, bash it a little here and there because we need the views. Now we'll start off with our fellow nerd, Mark? I think his name is Mark. Mark, yes.
I don't know your name
Sorry.
either. Alright,
I don't
so the plot starts off with they show Mewtwo and then he's escaping from that laboratory.
Yes.
Oh right, I was thinking Cubone, my bad. So yeah, it starts off with Mewtwo in a lab, and he's just like, all right, we're gonna blow this thing up and blow up a car somewhere.
Yeah. And after that they went to this small town, right? Where they show Justice Smith's character. He just entered.
What's his character's name anyway?
Tim Goodman.
Right.
Bro, we've been telling you so many times.
Okay. Look, that's how unmemorable the character is.
Okay.
I'm just like, right, what's his name? Ugh. Yeah, it's Tim Goodman with one of his friends, and he's just trying to trick him to catching a Pokemon, and he's just like,
True.
alright, fine, I'll catch a Pokemon, and it was a Cubone, by the way. So he throws the ball at Cubone, and he's like, I got it! He didn't get it.
Obviously.
Yeah. Like Cubone's just like, no, I don't like you, I don't want to be with you. He just comes out and whacks the crap out of the guy. It's like one of those like epic fail compilations, Pokemon themes, essentially.
Seriously? Compilation?
Compilation.
So what do you guys think of the whole Pokemon catching mechanism and stuff like that on screen?
That's a really, I would say,
Yeah.
heads off.
Yeah, it's just like
It's
the
just like the
anime
game.
in the game,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just like the game.
Come to
They
think of
keep
it,
wiggling.
they only showed the Pokeball like one time, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
only
it.
that time.
Oh my god! There's no Pokeball in the movie. Oh my god! I just
Oh
realized that.
shoot.
I mean,
Right?
Yes, it's,
Only at that time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
first shot.
yeah,
Oh my god.
Oh god.
I feel like they were obligated to show it. They're just
Yeah.
like we don't want Pokeballs here, but they're just like, the fans want it, so they're just like, okay, here you go, one scene, bye.
Also, like his
About
best
it.
friend was like only at that scene. After like we don't see him.
What's his name too?
I have no idea what the
Yeah, just he shows up and he's like, I'm also leaving. You won't have friends, so catch a Pokemon. And I just like, okay.
Right, that's like the start of the film, so that's forgivable.
Yeah, but there was no impact with that one. They were just like, they was trying to find a funny way to introduce the character.
Yes.
Yeah.
To it.
Also, this whole movie, they keep talking about everyone needing a partner, but they don't actually say why they need a Pokemon.
It was kind of like,
Oh yeah.
it's just a thing.
It's just a thing, you know?
Maybe like they could show a video about a professor explaining, you know.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
would have
yeah.
been so nice.
Yes.
It's in the train scene. Oh my god.
Yeah, it could have
It
been.
would have been like, welcome to the city.
Yeah.
We'll be talking with this guy. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But they did their own version with the father something, and it did not go well.
After that, the guy heard a call that father's dead, so he had to go to this rhyme city, and then he got to. What was that laugh?
Okay, wait, I also yawned. Fuck.
No, that was actually funny. I'm gonna put that in.
Is this actually put it in?
Yeah, put that in.
Oh yeah, and oh my god, he's just so bored talking about it. I mean, I am sorry. I am.
Where did we leave off?
I
Rhyme City. Train to Rhyme City, and then he goes to the police station, where he meets an extremely
before that
Japanese
police
man.
station, I really like the intro scene where they show the whole world with a lot of Pokemon.
Yes.
I love that. I wish I could have seen more of that.
It's like a dream come true.
Yeah, I just want to live there, but I don't care about the plot.
It's like one of those. It's like one of those corporate ads where they're like, "We care," but in the background they're destroying everything else. You're just like,
We don't care.
it feels like those ads. You're just like, we love Pokemon.
But
We
like,
give them the environment, but we destroy everything else. It wasn't great.
True.
Right. Then he went to the police station,
Yeah, and
Or he met a detective, his father's partner.
played by
Japanese
Chan
guy.
Watanabe.
he's a
Yeah.
great actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good.
But like he's very
a
underused in this
too.
movie.
Yes.
You know, they have these really amazing casts, and they just.
No,
I'm like,
Here's
these
the
are like
thing.
amazing cast, and then I'm like, oh, I expect a bit more from them,
Yeah.
and when it comes like, they're like okay characters.
Here's the thing though, the interaction between Justice Smith. I got the
And
name
the cute
finally.
girl?
Yeah.
Not the cute girl.
Not the cute girl.
Why do you
yet.
keep going back to the cute girl?
What is that?
Calm down. Jesus. We're nowhere close to the cute girl.
Okay, fine.
No, just between Justice Smith and the.
Oh, and then
No,
detective.
detective.
I'm sorry.
Detective, not the cute girl. The detective.
Yes. I'm sorry. The detective.
Yes.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, the interaction between those two was really, really weird because the guy was trying to connect him. He was just like, "Your father was a good man," and he's just like,
Nah, I'm good.
I think the acting
Okay.
is so off there. I don't know. It came up to me like the Tim Goodman's character. He's like annoying instead, you know.
I feel like in the script in that scene they just give him the word improvise. They're just like, "Here you go."
It's very forceful.
We took a coffee break. We didn't want to write that scene, so we just wrote that one.
That's like
It'd be
me
fine.
level acting.
Yes, true.
It was really weird. He was just like, "Okay, I just want the keys to his apartment. Goodbye."
In that moment, I started like his father just died. He showed no freaking emotions. Like,
He's like, okay,
okay,
got
sure.
it.
I'm just here to take his stuff. What?
It's really weird. There's nothing. Yeah.
At least I'll say that. Even if I don't know my father for like 10 years, at least I have a father. He died. I would feel
I'm
something,
like,
you know.
a bit off. I'll be like feels weird.
Yeah, yeah.
Not complete yet.
But he's just like, no, I don't care.
I'm good.
Yeah. He's like, I'm cool.
And
you know?
then he went back to
Never
the
like that
apartment.
again?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then he
Then he
went
went-
back to the apartment.
Yeah.
His father's apartment.
Apartment?
Yeah.
In that scene, there's so many Easter eggs. There's like Rayquaza, Sephiroth versus Reshiram. Those posters, those are like really good throwbacks and Easter eggs for me.
Basically, it was his childhood bedroom,
Yes.
but he never went there. So his dad was like, you know what? I'll just decorate it because I miss my son. He's just like, you know what?
Yeah.
He just put some stuff up there. And it was just like no one used that ever. He just kept it there for some
Alright,
reason.
before that, your cute girl comes in.
Oh yeah, they went to a
I thought
motel.
the cute girl comes after.
No,
No,
before they
yeah,
went,
before the
Yeah.
cute, yeah.
So they went to the apartment building where he was staying, and he was just like he got the keys and he was opening like one of the mailboxes,
Yeah.
and the girl was just
It was like, hey.
she has like
I'm
a
here.
weird she has a weird monologue. He was
Yeah.
like
It's
I
like
mean-
it just came out of a game or something.
Yeah. I mean, like those for me, like that weird thing is good.
I feel like
I like that weird. That makes her cute.
okay, calm down. Cover the bulge. No, it's just I feel like her character being freakishly cartoonish is to offset his very dull personality.
True.
They're just like, okay, if he's too boring, we can't show himself alone all the time. Let's pair it up with this one. So it was like kind of bearable. But it was just like often, like it was either overly cartoonish or very, very dull. There was no middle ground.
Yeah.
Then he went to the apartment.
Yes, and they saw the
that-
childhood bedroom, everything.
And then he saw this R stuff.
Not the
purple-
R stuff. They found
The R.
he found a birthday card from his
Yeah,
dad
yeah, right.
with like a ticket. He's like, you could come visit sometimes. Love Dad.
He never sent it.
I'm dead, but no, he didn't.
He didn't have
He
it.
done that.
He never sent it.
Yeah,
it was there.
it was
supposed to
on
send-
his
yeah,
desk.
Yeah. And then he went around,
He saw this
Some
weird
stuff.
R poison thing that turns Pokemon into angrier Pokemon. And he was just
Stronger.
like,
He accidentally unleashed it.
But here's the thing though, my question in a movie. Why do people keep opening stupid things? Like in horror movies, they keep going into the haunted houses, they open the weird poison stuff. I'm just like, why do you keep doing it?
But I mean, fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, he's a kid, he's probably seen enough movies to know not to do weird stupid things.
Just like people when they see CCTV,
Yeah.
they know it's hacked. They know it's been hacked.
Mm-hmm.
They also went through some flashback scenes about his past, right?
In that one?
Yeah, he sat on the bed and then he saw like the past.
Oh yeah, it was basically a flashback scene where he chose not to leave with his father and he stayed with his mother. It was just, it didn't hold much emotional significance.
Yeah,
in my
it
opinion.
didn't hold much of it.
Because it just came out of nowhere. There was no like dialogue leading up to it. It was more like looking at the door and he's just like, I've never been here, but I'm here in my flashback for some reason.
And then the star of the show, Ryan Reynolds, appears.
With a hat. Oh no, with no hat. Sorry.
What the heck?
Horrible choice of music. Gangster's Paradise, not for Sonic. For, other times. Like a gangster movie.
And then they talk to find weird that Apoms attacked them. Funny sequence.
Yeah.
It's not bad. I really like that sequence.
For like in that scene, if there could be like a battle like where Pikachu's like kind of bolting them. Like, I mean, it's for the plot. I mean,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
don't do it for the
Yeah.
plot, but I would have loved to see them like fight
There was
in the
barely
thrill moment.
there was barely any action scene really if you think about
Yeah,
it.
the only action scenes like
The final one when
arena. No, the arena.
The
Even in
arena
the
and
final
the
scene, there wasn't much of a fight in the final
he
scene.
used the bow tackle thing or something like that. That's
Yeah,
about
it's
it.
just that.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, there was just like basically, they introduced Ryan Reynolds, like the apalms who inhaled the R stuff,
Yeah.
And then
and they attacked and they were
he
just
became the
yeah.
hawk.
Not really, it's just like aggro really.
And
And basically like the apalms were chasing the guy Justice, him. Then just Ryan Reynolds in the corner just like yelling commentary. That's about it. That was just like a showcase of Ryan Reynolds dialogue. It didn't serve much other purpose than that.
Yeah.
A lot of the movies seems like doesn't serve much purpose.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
for the,
Yeah,
it's
it's
like,
like-
for the sake, for ex- like we might as well skip into it and we'll go like there's one scene remember with the torteros. There's
Yeah,
they do
absolutely.
nothing. They just show it for the sake of showing it.
Yeah.
I mean, even the R stuff, it's not like not necessarily for the Mewtwo. I mean, they just force it.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's like-
so basically, just a summary for the fast forward. They discover some kind of evidence that lead them to the destroyed lab. They went there. They found the hologram revert. What? They basically found holographic records of like why Mewtwo was there, stuff like that. And it turns out the R stuff came from Mewtwo, and they were just like, we don't really understand why they need it.
Yes.
It was just there for
It was
because they
forced.
wanted to be there.
Yes. It was forced. It was like
It was really weird.
we need to be there. The plot needs to be there. The plot needs it to be
I
there.
think it could have been written well, like the art stuff. Like the only reason is like they didn't even say what's testing. It's just out there to make them angry.
For me,
Okay.
I thought like if I thought it was like the Team Rocket. I was like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
ooh, Team
I was
Rocket.
expecting Team Rocket. I'm sure everyone in the audience thought that was
Yeah.
going to be a reference to Team
Is it-
Rocket.
There was no Team Rocket then. Why was it called R? That was my thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
What
There was no significance behind the R. It was just
At
like
least call it
they could-
M, U2, I don't know. What was the R stand for? Rage?
no, they okay.
Actually, that makes sense.
They went had. I feel like they had the alphabet in front of them and they were just like
You know what?
R.
Let's choose it.
R. We found R. We're calling it R, guys. It was weird. And they had like a bunch of Pokemon captive as like test subjects.
Uh-huh.
And they had this Torterra farm where they basically say like
Tortilla Park.
no,
Garden.
Garden.
Oh,
Garden.
Torterra Garden. My bad.
Yes.
My bad. Sorry, Torterra Garden where they, and there's just like it was like a museum. There was like this little pamphlet in front of the display where they're just like, we made them bigger, and I mean they weren't bigger. They were regular size. Apparently, we don't really know. Then
Only then after like the tornado.
yeah, there was a chase with other test subject Pokemon released
Greninjas.
by Greninjas. Yeah. Released by the bad guys because they found them via CCTVs, which they did not notice.
Yeah.
They're delinquents, they should know. So they basically had a chase through the Torterra garden, and apparently for no apparent reason, like these giant Torterras started standing up.
And then they go down.
Yeah, so these giant Torterras, they were basically the size of like mountains, like the entire landscape.
Oh
They
my
were just
God,
Torterras.
It's like more than.
And they
Eight
didn't discover
times.
it until they stood up. But there was no reason why they stood up. They just stood up because they were just like, hey, aerobics class! Let's go, guys! And they just sat back down immediately. They were doing squats, that's about it. There was no reason behind what happened, why it happened. They were just like, we need a reason for Pikachu to be injured. Let's go with that.
Yes.
They stood up. They sat back down. Yes.
The,
That's about
the
it.
director is like, you know what? Let's put it there so that people will be excited. People will be like, oh my god, what is that? What is that? And then no, let's just kill the expectation. Yeah, it's like that. And then the Mewtwo appears.
Yeah, but there are many aspects of the plot doesn't have any kind of explanation behind it. Oh yeah, basically during the chase, Saida got a headache and his head
He
essentially
exploded.
explodes. Well, not like in a gory way, it's more like a shockwave type thing. But here's the thing, it wasn't that far, it was like 50 yards. 50 yards of shockwave. But they were basically like,
Okay, like it's possible that like because he shot on a one Pokemon and like they appear so like one Pokemon arise so other Pokemon arise too. Well, I mean we don't know the true explanation.
okay.
They did not put that, so I mean we could assume that though.
Yeah.
Maybe they will explain in
I
the
think-
sequel.
That scene was okay for me. I can accept it.
Yes.
My theory is just like the static shockwave woke them up and they just stand up. But
Yes.
the thing is like they just stood up and then they just go back up down. I thought they were gonna walk around. And
It's
just-
like someone
Yes,
knocked.
yes,
It's like
yes.
someone knocked on the door, but there was no one there. Like, hello,
Close
hello,
it back.
no one
Okay, another thing I want to talk about is that the whole thing about Detective Pikachu and Tim Goodman is that he can talk to Pokemon and he can talk to humans and they can work together to solve mystery. But they never do that.
Oh,
Mr.
yeah.
Mime thing is like Tim Goodman figured out himself without the help of Pikachu. And
Pikachu.
Pikachu never talks to any Pokemon and translate to him because in the game it was all about that Pikachu talking to Pokemon and then explaining him what the Pokemon feels to Tim Goodman.
I like
Yes.
the Mr. Mime scene, but I feel like that was the best way they could figure out to force information on us because they couldn't find any good dialogue
Yeah.
callback.
The only
So they were
time-
just like, let's
yeah.
make Mr. Mime do some weird stuff, and Tim Goodman would just say it out loud. That's about it.
True.
Because like there's no point because Mr. Mime can already communicate with a human, right? So they could have picked like another.
What?
No, because Mr. Mime just used the hand, so Tim Goodman was guessing it.
Okay,
Pikachu
yeah.
guesses it wrong.
Yeah.
So like they could have chosen another Pokemon. Like Pikachu never talks to them. Maybe he talks to an Aipom and like, what's wrong? What happened? And then he'll be like, oh, I took the R guess, and then he can explain it back or some shit like that.
I feel like it was the whole like he can talk to other Pokemon thing is more along the lines of like comedic comebacks. Like he was just like I can throw like witty quirks back at them, and that's about it. There was no like information coming from another Pokemon.
So I think it was a missed opportunity because the game revolves around like even in anime there's Meowth who can help translate, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we don't use that.
Right.
So the only time Ryan Reynolds talked to a Pokemon is during the Psyduck scene where he has to massage him. They just use it up and that's it.
Yeah, basically Psyduck blackmailed
that's,
Ryan
like,
Reynolds with
forgivable
massaging his
though.
feet.
That's like forgivable though.
But I-
This is a funny scene.
Yeah.
It's a funny scene. I'm not nitpicking the scene itself. I'm saying they could have used the talking aspect more for the plot to move.
Yes.
Yeah, any scene with communication between Pokemon was like with Impact was basically the one with Pikachu and Mewtwo.
yes.
And Mewtwo always speaks, telepathic English.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. It was just,
What if instead of the holograms thing they have like a Pokemon who saw the event nearby and Pikachu talked to him and then they figure things out?
Yeah, that'd
Oh
be cool.
yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Hire me, Warner Brothers.
no, don't.
Don't even think about it.
He's an HR nightmare.
What?
He touches people inappropriately.
Cut that out.
Okay,
That
we'll
is
stop
so
there.
weird.
Way too many times.
That is so weird.
He touched me before the scene started. I didn't like it. But he didn't stop. He kept going, going, going. Oh yeah,
Okay.
basically there was a fight scene between Charizard and Pikachu where Pikachu was, you've seen the scene in the trailer where he's just like where he's squeezing like he's constipated, he's just like
You couldn't
Yeah.
cover it. I mean, that's also concerned with the plot, so it's a bit forgivable. So
yeah,
I'm
I
like,
suppose.
and after a minute, I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it's understandable, I suppose, but
Yeah.
it's just there was no other scene besides the Gengar and the Blastoise. That's about it.
True. Okay, let's talk about the ending. For me, the ending was not what I expected. I would prefer if they're like two Pokemon battles, like maybe Pikachu. For me, I was expecting Pikachu versus Mewtwo, but they make Mewtwo a good person, a good Pokemon.
Dude, the Mewtwo when the human guy just like merged, it's so freaking weird. He
Yeah,
has
it's
all these weird teeth and like so
Yeah.
creepy.
No, my thing was basically basically we first saw the villain, wheelchair bastard in the commercial when they head to Rhyme City, right?
Yeah.
And basically his
Wheelchair bastard, I like that.
the wheelchair guy, apparently like his whole catchphrase was like, "I had a disease and I wanted to evolve," and then he didn't really talk about how he resolved that thing, but he was just like, "I need to evolve to a better version of myself, so I built a city instead of curing my disease." And I was like, okay, this man is definitely the villain, because he didn't talk about if he's healed or not. He's rich.
I mean,
He
like,
looks evil.
we could assume that he's healed because like the ways he's talking. I mean, we could assume that he's healed.
I suppose, but I don't know. For me, it was just like, oh, that's the guy. That's definitely the guy. Wheelchair prick is the bad guy.
I know, I saw it coming from a mile away. Anyway, he becomes the wheelchair guy, merges with Mewtwo, and
And he became the Mewtwo.
yeah, it's freaking
Yeah.
weird.
Apparently, there has this like weird mind
Okay.
device thing where they attach on the head. It just like
His mastermind plan was to turn the whole city into Pokemon.
yeah. He wasn't looking for a cure. He was just like, I want to become a Pokemon. That's it.
So that we can evolve with Pokemon, so we will be strong together. They're like, I mean,
What?
it's like,
I don't know, man.
Can you imagine the amount of upkeep it takes to like maintain and feed 100+ Pokemon?
Do we ever see old Pokemon in the anime?
No, I
we
mean,
really don't. We just see like Pokemon the trainers.
Do we?
Yeah. No, in the anime they show like a field with Professor Oak, like just Pokemon running around.
Oh yeah, wait. Actually, we do like.
Pokemon do die because in the game and the anime, there's this Cubone's mother who died, and then there's a whole plot about it. You guys remember?
Yeah, but she was killed, not
She was
natural
killed.
dead.
Yeah, so,
But she died.
so that means.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Fair.
Okay, and then like the mastermind is just removing the mind control. I mean, he has
There's a
been
lot of
doing it
models,
for
yeah.
years, so like he could at least protect his body with something. You know, like if someone comes close to it, it burns or something. They
Yeah.
could do that, and then he did not do it. He just like, you know what? Let's make this easier. I mean, like he did not think of it.
And there was this thing too where the wheelchair guy, he had a son who was also a part of his business. He was like one of the chairmen of the board.
Mhm.
Anyways, they don't really get along, and they show that. But for some reason, in the ending, like in the office where Justice discovers that wheelchair guy is the bad guy, there's a closet in that room, and the son was just like duct taped in there for some reason. There was
He's a rich person.
But here's the thing: there was no sign of conflict to make this thing. Like, why would he be in there? Like, what did he do to be put in there?
Why closet though?
Yeah, exactly that too. He's a
No, like,
billionaire.
Yeah, he's a rich person.
He's
Why,
like, I don't
why
want
put him there?
I don't want to rent a cell. Let's put him in the shoe closet. That's perfect. Like, Jesus.
Okay, so plot twist. What do you guys think? The ending. Ryan Reynolds is the.
What do you think of the ending? The plot twist.
I mean, I did not see that one coming. I did not see that one.
I
Didn't
mean, for
But
me,
no, Ryan Reynolds as the Pikachu.
Ryan Reynolds being the father. For me,
I saw that like they got obvious a bit like. I mean, I cut
they're
that.
like covering their faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Maybe it's a racial thing. I thought the father was black.
Oh come on!
What? Black son?
Stop using the word black. Use maybe African American, man. Come on.
What's wrong with black?
You can't.
For me, I would say I like that scene. Ryan Reynolds being the father. I did not see that coming. I'm like, okay, it is what it is for me. So I like the plot twist.
I think it's pretty obvious from the start. I kind of saw it coming, so
I don't know.
because there had a lot of hints that it's gonna be Ryan Reynolds. Because I figured it out when they showed the flashback scene,
Where he faces height.
Yeah.
He's hidden.
Yeah, he was face down though.
but you can see the skin color.
Really? Damn.
Yeah, so I kind of saw it coming from a mile away because they show the father character and it's kind of like he looks like Ryan Reynolds from the back, so that's how I got it.
So you know what the back of Ryan Reynolds looks like.
Exactly.
I mean,
love Ryan
possible. I
Reynolds.
mean,
Like, are you like a super fan? You stalk him or something? You're just like, oh, that sweet back.
okay.
Okay.
There's no credit scene.
Yeah.
But like,
I like that they put all
Opening
these
credits.
anime
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Animes.
they use the avatars from the game, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, that's pretty cool, you know.
Yes.
And yeah, besides the whole Ryan Reynolds father plot twist, I saw pretty much everything else coming.
Yeah.
That's about it, people.
Yeah.
Wait, one more thing
Oh,
I really
really?
like. This whole movie doesn't feel like it's setting up a universe. Like most movies, they'll be like post-credit scenes. They give like hints like what's gonna happen next movie, but this movie doesn't have any of this, and they just end it on itself.
Yeah, it could have given like happily ever after, and that would no one would have really
So.
fuck my bad.
So I'm okay with that though. I'm okay with no
Yeah.
post credits.
That's
And
fine.
I really like that.
I feel like we started expecting post-credit scenes from Marvel.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
just like now like if we stay after the credits, something might happen.
I
It's
bet,
like,
yeah,
nah,
yeah.
that's-
They don't do
Some-
this.
yeah.
Basically, what I'm
Some
trying to
films
say.
don't need that. They can just end it.
So overall, what do you guys think? Rate the movie.
It's a 6.
6.
There were too many plot holes for me to deal with. Even if it's a movie for kids, it's just my brain is just like wait, why did that happen? Why?
Yes.
John, what do you rate it?
For me, I would rate 6.5 out of 10. Just for the Pokemon alone.
Okay.
I'm
fair,
satisfied with
fair.
What about you, Mark?
I think I'll go with 6.5 as well. I really
Yes.
like it, the movie, and I think people should go and see this. Like, we really need people to see this so that they can make a better Pokemon movie in a way.
I feel like you're ganging up on me.
But
I don't like this.
so you'll have a great time if you turn off your brain. So that's it.
Like you said, at least watch it once in a theater.
Yeah.
Because seeing the world, it's gonna be like, wow. You feel like, oh my god, this is so cute. You'll feel that.
Yeah, just go in with no expectations. Yeah, if you expect like some kind of intricate, deep storyline, you're not gonna get that.
Yeah.
You'll be disappointed. But if you're going in just like, I just want to see Pokemon, that's
You'll
great. You'll be
get-
like, oh my god, look at that thing. Oh, look at that one. Oh yeah. Then you'll just be like, okay, that was a good movie.
Yeah.
It'll be a ride of a lifetime.
Subscribe if you want to see more.
Please. We need it.
Okay.
We need all of the monies. All of it.
I
I'll
look
do
really
anything
dull,
for
right?
it.
I look really dull.
A bit.